How's it going, YouTube? This is Alex coming at you for TVape TV in the studio with another very special video for you today. Today we are doing a deep dive on best vaporization temperatures, and we are going to talk about a little bit of science. If you enjoyed the video at any point, please throw us a like to let us know that you're into more science-y content. Very quickly, right off the top, we have a new poster in the studio. Some Marvel shenanigans. If you want to get entered to win this poster, throw a comment down, comment on the video. Just tell me what's up. Tell me if you like science stuff. Tell me if you like the poster. Let us know. Is there a poster idea that you want us to get? Without further ado, let's get right the hell into it. Let's start at the start. The goal of vaporization is to turn those compounds and essential oils in your botanicals into vapor form. This is done by heating them to a specific temperature in order to extract efficiently without combusting your material. If you need a little bit of further explanation on conduction versus combustion versus convection, I will link the video we've done previously in the corner above. Some botanicals have several different compounds that you may wish to extract, and understanding how different temperatures affect and release these different compounds can greatly enhance your experience. Almost all vaporizers have different options for temperature settings. Some, like the Zeus Arc, have 3 preset temperatures that you can choose between. Others, like the Storz and Bickel Mighty, have precise temperature control. Combustion, as you can probably imagine, releases all of the compounds inside whatever it is that you're combusting at once, as opposed to vaporization, which is a much more controlled temperature, and therefore you can use to release specific compounds at different temperatures. Every botanical's combustion point is slightly different. However, as a general rule, 235 degrees Celsius is when things start to combust. Combustion burns and releases, along with those essential oils we talked about, some other not so great compounds, including tar and carbon monoxide through the smoke. Avoiding these harmful byproducts by vaporization is one of the reasons that people generally consider vaporization healthier than combustion. Now, let's be clear, healthier, I said, not healthy, because that can get a little bit dicey. Conduction vaporizers tend to produce much less vapor at lower temperatures, especially below 200 degrees Celsius or 392 degrees Fahrenheit. They generally produce more vapor as you increase the temperature. Makes sense. Stirring is also a key component to getting an even cook throughout your bowl. Convection vaporizers like the Utilian 722 use hot air to generate that vapor. The air is preheating before it hits the chamber as you draw. Convection vaporizers can produce better vapor at lower temperatures and provide a generally more even cook without the need to stir. Now, this is where temperatures come into play. We've all experienced this at some point. You will generally get a little bit more thin, wispy vapor between the area of 180 to 200 degrees Celsius. But that vapor will be pretty flavorful. This is very evident in vaporizers like the Vaporizer Solo 2, which features a glass mouthpiece and greatly preserves your flavor. In most botanicals, the first compound to vaporize, as its boiling point is the lowest, are called terpenoids. Terpenoids are like the flavor and aroma compounds. They're super noticeable. They're not necessarily the only thing that gets vaporized then, but this is where your vaporization versus combustion comes into play. This is why when you choose a certain strain and you vaporize it versus smoke it, you can taste a little bit more of that flavor and aroma because you start at a lower temperature and it does release those compounds and isn't overwhelmed by the tar and carbon monoxide and all the other combustion materials. Even at temperatures as low as 180 degrees Celsius, you are vaporizing certain essential oils and compounds in your botanical, even if you can't actually see visible vapor. If you can taste and smell the botanical without actually any visible vapor, you know you are vaporizing those terpenoids, and you might need to bump the temperature up a little bit in order to actually start vaporizing the compounds you're looking for. Those who prefer thicker, denser, or more visible vapor should bump their temperature up to somewhere around 220 to 235 degrees Celsius. I personally don't go over 230 degrees Celsius, as to me, it's like you're playing with fire, literally, and you have the possibility of combusting. There are a few helpful guidelines for you to dial in exactly what type of session you want. The first one is low temp. That's 160 to 180 degrees Celsius, which is 320 to 356 degrees Fahrenheit. There'll be great flavor, low visibility vapor, if any, and a low extraction level. The terpenes that you extract have long, complicated names that I might mispronounce, but on a low temp session, they are beta-caryophyllene, alpha-pinene, beta-pinene, beta-myrcene, and delta-3-carine. Probably mispronouncing those. I apologize. The lower end of the temperature spectrum is great for those who want to consume during the day, as the effects are the lightest. The next is a medium temperature session, and that's generally 180 degrees Celsius to 200 degrees Celsius, or 356 to 392 degrees Fahrenheit. This is characterized by good flavor, slight visible vapor, and a decent amount of extraction. The terpenes extracted at these temperatures, which I'm gonna mispronounce again, are cineole, P-cymene, D-limonene, that's my favorite one so far, and linalool. In terms of time of day, the middle of the temperature spectrum is generally afternoon sessions, something where you want a little bit of extraction, but not something that's gonna knock your socks off. The last is high temperature settings, and that's generally 200 degrees Celsius to 220 degrees Celsius, 230 if you're feeling frisky, or 392 to 428 degrees Fahrenheit. At the higher temperatures, your flavor is gonna drop off. It will only be okay. You will have a pretty serious amount of visible vapor, and you will get full extraction. The terpenes extracted during a high temperature session are terpineol for all, borneol, and alpha terpineol. It just sounds like I'm adding y'all to the end of a bunch of words. I promise these are the ones. I might be mispronouncing them, as I've said a couple times. The high end of the temperature spectrum is usually reserved for late night sessions. I mean, again, I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just telling you general rules, because that's the time when you will get full extraction, a lot of visible vapor, and you will feel the effects most. The high end of the temperature spectrum is best suited for nighttime use, with the effects of your herbs being most pronounced at these temperatures, and will engage the terpenes that some use to promote relaxation and sleep. The most common temperature area to vaporize at is between 190 and 220 degrees Celsius. To make things a little more simple to understand, I've broken it down into 3 categories: vapor shocking, vapor tasting, and vapor stepping. Vapor shocking, if you don't like to mess around with different temperatures and you just want to get the full effects right away, turn your vaporizer up to 220, 230 degrees Celsius and just go right for it. Inhale until there's no more vapor coming out of the unit, and you will know you've fully extracted your herbs. Give it a couple stirs just to make sure, but vapor shocking is a pretty efficient way to feel the effects of your botanical as fast as possible. The Zeus Arc is excellent at vapor shocking, as you can turn it up to temperature 3 and just let it do its business. Vapor tasting. If you're a thin vapor kind of person and you're all about that flavor, the best way to do this is to set your unit to something like 190, 195 degrees Celsius, then just let it sit there for 10 to 15 minutes and accumulate a bit of vapor. It also allows the device to fully get up to 190, and then you inhale. Then as you start vaporizing, you'll notice that your vapor is thin and has a really nice taste. As it starts to get thinner and thinner, bump it up 5 to 10 degrees and repeat the process. The Mighty Vaporizer is ideal for vapor tasting. Vapor stepping is the in-between of the previous 2 techniques and is my personal favorite. Basically start the device at 190, let it sit for 10 minutes, do exactly the same thing you would for vapor tasting, then bump it up 10 more degrees, do the exact same thing, then bump it up 10 more degrees, then do the exact same thing. You understand, until you get to the top temperature and fully extract everything that's in your bowl. It takes a little bit more time, but it is incredibly efficient and will cost you a little bit less money because you'll go through less botanical that way. Just saying. The Utilian 722 excels at temperature stepping because it goes up already in those 10-degree increments with its preset temperatures. Okay, now we're gonna get into a section called Talking Terpenes. There's gonna be a lot of words that I can't pronounce, but the information is solid, and if you sit through it, you just might learn something. Anyone who has smelled their plant has noticed that there are individual odors based on strain. These odors are created through the terpenes in the trichomes of each individual plant. Terpenes are oils that exist in a large variety of plants, not necessarily just the botanical that we're talking about. And that's what gives each one a unique aroma and flavor. Plants can share terpenes of other plants as well as having their own unique ones. These scents can range from earthy and skunky to sweet and citrusy, and each strain will have its own unique aroma. Though there are over 100 different terpenes around, I'm going to go through the 5 most common ones found in dry herb. Each one has a distinct aroma and flavor, therapeutic properties, and a boiling point. We're gonna start with pinene. Pinene's odor and flavor, believe it or not, is piney. It's also woody and smells a bit like sage. It is antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and a bronchodilator. Its boiling point is 155 degrees Celsius or 311 degrees Fahrenheit. It is found in pine, rosemary, sage, and conifers. Alongside beta-pinene, alpha-pinene is one of the most common terpenes found in nature. Largely responsible for a woody, earthy scent that you see in some strains, it is also suggested to aid short-term memory and wakefulness. Myrcene is one of the most common terpenes found in fruits like mangoes. Its odor and flavor are cloves or earthy. In terms of therapeutic properties, it is a sedative, and its boiling point is also 155 degrees Celsius or 311 degrees Fahrenheit. It is found in mango, lemongrass, thyme, and hops. Largely responsible for an earthy scent in your strain, myrcene helps with the permeability of cell membranes, which helps increase the transportation of other cannabinoids. The next one is limonene. The odor and flavor are citrusy, fruity, fresh, you know what I mean. The odor and flavor are citrusy, sweet, fresh, those sorts of flavors. The therapeutic properties are antifungal, antibacterial, and anti-cancerous. Its boiling point is 176 degrees Celsius or 349 degrees Fahrenheit. It's found in lemons, oranges, limes, fennel. Limonene is also thought to be partially stimulating, and it promotes wakefulness. The next one is caryophyllene. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that properly. But its odor, flavor is spicy, sweet, peppery almost. The therapeutic properties are antimicrobial, anti-cancerous, and pain reducing. Its boiling point is 262 degrees Celsius or 504 degrees Fahrenheit. It's found in rosemary, hops, clove, black pepper, and lavender. One of the most common terpenes found in dry herb plants. Beta-caryophyllene was actually found to enhance the efficacy of anti-cancer drugs. The aroma is also suggested to produce slightly stimulating effects. The last one we're going to talk about today is linalool. The odor and flavor are fresh, floral, or sweet. The therapeutic properties are antioxidant, sedative, and antidepressant. Its boiling point is 198 degrees Celsius or 398 degrees Fahrenheit. It's found in lavender, bay leaves, and basil. Linalool is extremely common and used in 60 to 80% of household cleaning products. Known for its relaxing, stress relieving, and sedatives, linalool is found in lavender primarily, and it has a long history of personal care use. Anyways, I know that's a lot of science, but hopefully you took something away from this video. I personally learned a lot while researching this topic. If you have anything sort of adjacent, throw it down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, if you like the more sciencey stuff, please let us know, and we'll start doing a little bit more of that content. It feels like people are leaning that way. We're here to help you. So whatever you want to learn more about, let me know, and I will do my best to do a video about it. And that's it for this one, people. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you think I missed anything, if you'd like to see a different vaporizer review, if you'd like to see, like, I don't know, a live video, well, congratulations, you're in luck. Friday, July 16th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are gonna go live. I'm gonna show some super cool stuff. If you want to join us, make sure you hit that alarm bell notification thingy so it will remind you. If you don't want to join us, that's fine, I guess. That's cool. Whatever. I don't care. Please come. Until next time, my name's Alex for TVape TV, and for all you connoisseurs out there, keep vaping.